Into boss. Leonardo makes 3 changes from the 3-0 win over Bari on Thursday. Fullback Christian Kivu has been banned for 4 matches after TV evidence was used to show he punched Bari's Alessandro Rossi in the face during the week. He's out, so too are Marco Materazzi and Diego Milito. Back come Ivan Cordoba, Wesley Schneider and Esteban Cambiasso. Match referee tonight is Paolo Tagliaventa. Roma, runners-up to enter in both League and Cup last season, make 2 changes from the midweek 1-1 draw at home to Brescia at the Stadio Olimpico. In come Nicolas Perdiso to partner 1 at the back. Jeremy Menez is up front alongside Borriello, and Vucinic out Gomexis and Francesco Totti. Neither are on the bench. Strange about turn of fortune for Leonardo in the past 5 weeks or so. He's only lost 1 game in charge of Inter, having for so long been a Milan man. 4 seasons as a player, 1 as manager. Claudio Ranieri, a wonderfully familiar figure. Like Leonardo, a winner of big prizes. Last 4 meetings have been equally divided between these two. 2 victories for Inter, with 2 trophies at stake. 2 league wins for Roma, but both on Roman soil. Here in the league last season, a 1-1 draw. Vucinic fired Roma in front, only for Samuel Eto'o to tie things up. 3-1 in August, and into the Super Cup after a 1-0 victory in the final of the Coppa Italia in May. But much at stake for the winners tonight, and maybe Roma will set things running immediately with the Montenegrin Vucinic. Bright start from Roma, they've had to come out attacking. Inter will be somewhat unfamiliar at the back with the long suspension for Kivu and some key games he'll miss. Juve away next weekend, Fiorentina, Cagliari as well. Here's Schneider. Both playing 4-3-3. This is Esteban Cambiasso. And wide for skipper Zanetti. You may well have joined us earlier today to see how the other half of Milan got on. 1-1 draw away at Genoa. Alex Pato fired them in front after half an hour. But Antonio Flores tying it up right on half-time. No goals in the second half. And in some ways, the key games have meant that it's been a day of draws. Lazio in third, held 1-1 by Chievo. Wesley Schneider! What a start! What a start! And what a finish by Wesley Schneider! Tremendous strike! And into rolling already. Schneider with the effort. Julio Sergio, the Roma keeper, lost his footing. Wonderful goal from the Dutchman, and Inter on the way already. 2 goals in as many games, having not scored in the league in the season prior to that. Pazzini, new arrival from Sampdoria, 13 million. And 13 million well spent, I'm sure you'll agree. The highest continental transfer during the open window, whilst all in England were going money mad. Schneider with a fantastic strike. How much is he worth? Second season since signing for Real Madrid, with a beautiful goal. The first he scored against Roma. Napoli were the main winners of the day, in second place, now just 3 points behind Milan, thanks to their 2-0 victory over Cesena. Edison Cavani and Jose Sosa with the goals. Cavani now on 17 in the league this season, one ahead of Di Natale of Udinese. Samuel Eto'o joined fourth in that scoring list on 13. Alongside Matri of Cagliari and one behind Marco Di Vaio of Bologna. Hussein Khaja just arrived from Genoa, the Moroccan. Roma didn't make a splash in the transfer market this winter. Marco Borriello, the Italian international, denied possession, and Inter breaking forward again. Pure belief that they can really mix things up. They're playing with great positivity since the arrival of Leonardo. 6 goals in the last 2 games, and now you can add another. 10 in the last 5. 10 in the last 4 if you discount the 0-0 draw and penalties win over Napoli in the Coppa Italia. Almost an instant riposte coming up front. Borriello trying to cause as much damage as he can. Jeremy Menez with the layoff. Vucinic was in support too. Fabio Simplicio couldn't add any further support. Eto'o will let fly. Eto'o was waiting in the middle. That coming from Maicon. What a start to the game for Inter. They're playing with full throttle. Maicon yet to score this season, so could be forgiven for thinking it was a Eto'o strike. Mind you, it's a good reason why Maicon hasn't scored this season. Schneider on the ball for Cambiasso. Great width to the Inter attack at the moment, and Maicon spreading forward again, out wide for Samuel Eto'o. Just about controlled it with his shoulder on the border of legality. Wesley Sneijder had continued the run in. Vucinic. No Totti tonight, as he remains 5 appearances away from 600 in the history of Roma in all competitions. No whistle in favour of Borriello. No good start for Claudio Ranieri. Borriello, 10 goals so far this season. On loan from Milan. Champions League winner, Scudetto winner, and the Super Cup to boot. Left out of the Italian squad for the World Cup. He made the 30, didn't make the 23. Maybe it was just as well, personally, for him. Zanetti on the overlap. Layoff for Eto'o. Schneider in short support, and Pezzini was there also. Aim for Pezzini again, happy to find a new home. Good layoff. Etu was waiting in the middle. Creativity was superb from Schneider. Cassetti just signed a new one-year deal with Roma. Hasn't scored yet this season, only ever netted 5 times for the club. Fabio Simplicio, summer signing from Palermo for Vucinic. Simplicio is pretty much the most recent signing that Claudio Ranieri's made. And the break is on again with Pezzini. Brought a lot of guile and openness to the interplay since his arrival. 4 big signings, 2 of whom have already made an impact in scoring. Pezzini with 2 against Palermo, 1 against Bari midweek. Kaja also netting the Moroccan in that victory away to Bari, in which Christian Kivu went overboard, and he wasn't red-carded in the game, but TV cameras did spot a sly punch on Alessandro Rossi, hit yesterday with a 4-match ban and 4 rather key games, as Inter look to continue their assault up the table. Either way, whatever happens tonight, Lazio will drop from 3rd. Sheer mathematics will make sure of that. Roma win would put them ahead on goals scored. Inter win would put them ahead on points. Draw would put Inter ahead on goal difference. Lazio missing the chance of copper fastening themselves in 3rd place. Only drawing 1-1 with Chievo today. Milan also drawing. Palermo the top scorers of the day, 4-2 away at Lecce, and they're up to 5th. Juventus winning last night at Cagliari, which was an important result for them, because if Cagliari had romped to a useful win today, they would have gone up to 8th place, and for the 3rd game in a row, Juve would have lost to the club directly below them. Controlled by Fabio Simplicio, left him down. Headed back on by 1. Risa. Lots of space for Mirko Vucinic to cause havoc, especially with the Norwegian in his usual way, jaunting down the left wing. And long for Pezzini, but he was merely an island up front. No trouble to Juan. Netted for Brazil in the Summer World Cup against Chile. And 4 trophies with Brazil, but the World Cup not one of them. Vucinic. Support on the overlap from Mario Cassetti. It's a really dangerous one in. And Roma are level, and it's Fabio Simplicio. Barely, quarter of an hour played, and it's all level. Looked as if the cross had been overextended, but Fabio Simplicio got there right on time. Stretched, got it ahead of Maicon, and slotted it past his fellow Brazilian. Really good finish for his 4th league goal of the season. Given a Brazil debut in October. So happy the man can dance, and probably better than any post-touchdown celebration we'll see tonight. Roma on terms. It was a Brazilian triumph for it. Julio César and Maicon beaten by the sliding in Simplicio. Just didn't mark up at the back, Maicon. Despite the abortive Brazilian World Cup campaign, he still made the All-Star team. Did the Inter right back. More work for him to do here now. It's a good save by Julio Sergio on the double. Marco Borriello came very close. Third time, almost a charm. Menez is in there. Scrambled away by Cordoba. And the Inter defence is leading a charmed life, and Julio César is claiming an injury. It's been out for a lot of this season. Castellazzi may be required. Julio César may be called into action again. Free kick just outside the area. Brilliant double Roma chance. Very frenetic, the setup at first by Borriello. A thunderous strike from Vucinic. Borriello setting it up. Menez with the effort. He would follow through on the overlap for a third try. 2 saves to deny Menez, 1 to deny Borriello. Should be 2-1. Marvellous goalkeeping has made sure that it's still equilibrium. Ball is nothing like 10 yards. Risa over it, and Daniela De Rossi. Julio César was claiming an injury after his treble save. Has to be fit now because he knows what's coming. And the charge out did enough by Kasha. Menez in, claims of handball. With justification. Wesley Sneijder with his 2nd goal this season, Simplicio with his 4th. And we have a game in our hands. Finished 1-1 here in the league last season. Roma winning at the Stadio Olimpico both this campaign and last. But Inter have generally held the upper hand in this fixture. 175 meetings before tonight. Inter have won 80. Pretty much even between Roma wins and draws after that. Vucinic decided to let fly and may still have another stab. Support on the overlap from Schwan, but not forthcoming. Fabio Simplicio also. And this is Eto'o. Too far. Mike Kivu having sat out a brief ban this season. Missed 4 of the previous games. 13 goals. He's in joint 4th in the scoring charts in Serie A. Thiago Motta's offence. Twice a Champions League winner. Once with Barca, once with the Nerazzurri. Fabio Simplicio. Really is an art, showing up at the right place at the right time. And Simplicio made it look very simplistic. Good finish. Roma had been threatening. Schneider. And Cambiaso gave it away, and Roma maybe rolling again up front. Held up by Vucinic. Schneider did well to leap out of the way. Challenge was very, very hefty. Vucinic told us the second time he's done that, and he won't be allowed another. Made by Kaja, who did well not to be connected with late himself. Cambiaso calling for it on the near side, and he'll wait because Eto'o has been fouled, and maybe the patience of Paolo Tagliavento is just about to run out. Hasn't brandished any cards yet in the game. The options are numerous but clustered. Schneider sent in a free kick from this similar sort of range against Brazil in the World Cup final. Deflected along the way, but still awarded to him. And he went for it directly this time, and it's been parried! And Eto'o hasn't scored. And it was gilt-edged. One of these occasions when you'd say they literally queued up, mainly because they did. Zanetti and Cordoba. Inter must be wondering, and perhaps Eto'o in particular, how the ball didn't end up in the net. I think Motta was floating around there as well, who didn't stick a foot out. At least Eto'o did. Perozza. And held up right at the back by Jeremy Menez. Well, real havoc caused by this beaverish and devilish free kick. Motta and Ranocchia just dived in to try and connect, didn't. Eto'o round the back, got a shot, but blocked on the line. Very good free kick by Schneider. Mainly because it's the last thing that would have been expected. Vucinic for Roma would go no further. Game of some freneticism. If that was spotted, Vucinic may be in bother, if there was anything in it. Thiago Motta down and claiming to be out. Nothing really in that. Not from that angle, not from this angle. Just a throw, And actually, Paolo Tagliavento did the wise thing. Let the whole event fizzle out. No action. Cambiasso back for Zanetti, whose options are being wound down. Did well to find the Colombian even quarterback. And it's Maicon on the charge. Control was excellent by Eto'o. Tries the 1-2 with Pizzini. Nicolas Brediso was in the right place. Most experienced of the Argentine Bredisos on Roma's panel. They have the free kick here. Borriello with support from Simplicio. Just slipped over by the new signing on loan from Genoa. Kaja as opposed to Ranocchia, who was a permanent arrival for 12 million euros. Pizzini 13 million, the two biggest deals on the continent in the past month. Bargains for the pair. Yuto Nagatomo, the Japanese international, who's on the bench, is on loan from Cesena. Cambiasso. Touch on by Thiago Motta and Schneider. Wide for Maicon. Options open for the Brazilian, Eto'o. Cambiasso hit it back in again. It may fall invitingly for Eto'o, and did. Very good try, teed it up well. Somewhat off balance, was asking an awful lot from the 3 times African Footballer of the Year. All Inter in the game. Roma's only chance was the goal. Marco Borriello, support from Vucinic, comes into play now, but the back heel went awry from Borriello. Zanetti to bring it away for Esteban Cambiasso, the man who scored at the end of one of the great team goals of world football, Germany 06. Maicon doing it all by himself. Beautiful ball. Cambiasso centres it. Pizzini. Cambiasso stopped. It's almost at the end of a fabulous team goal with 20 less passes than the lauded Argentine one against Serbia. Undid all the hard work with the foul. Would have been some finish. This came in on Borriello. That after his tremendous break stayed onside, cut in for Pizzini, then went for it himself, but it was blocked. All started by a tremendous ball with the outside of Maicon's right foot. Right that it didn't involve Schneider, even though those opinionated, those also on front, would always believe that they should be at the fulcrum of it all. Maicon for Eto'o, who's almost always involved up front. Deflection, no bother for Julio Sergio. 2 Serie A titles for this Brazilian keeper, albeit the Brazilian Serie A. Both with Santos. Early noughties. Vucinic on the overlap. Got the flick to get past Zanetti. That was an ambitious one with the outside of his foot for Risa. Jeremy Menez, the Frenchman. solidly in, and Borriello was in support again. It's another wild strike on goal. Fabio Simplicio's having a real go at everything tonight. He's already got one in the game. Close. Claudio Ranieri's side have fought very well to get themselves back into the game. Only behind for 11 minutes. Cambiasso. And Maicon again. And very good combining between the Argentine and Brazilian in the contest so far. Dutchman can get involved now, and Schneider. And dropped by Julio Sergio. His fellow Brazilian Juan will get it away. 6 Brazilians in the Roma squad, incidentally. Kept in by Schneider. Cambiasso was arriving at the near post, but was well intercepted and intervened by Daniele De Rossi. Caixa. Cambiasso. Good ball for Zanetti. Inter are extending themselves well. Lots of width to them. Eto'o and Schneider. Good try. And Julio Sergio again managing to push it away. Bit of movement in the air from Schneider, as you'd expect. Julio Sergio certainly did. It's Eto'o. Zanetti in closer support. Won't use him, can't use him. Wide for Maicon. Corner again. Out of John Adarisa. Eto'o with the setup. This time might have been a slight nick. Made it all the more impressive for Julio Sergio. Definite movement. And up was Ranocchia. Unable to join Caixa and Pizzini in being a new arrival and scoring. The other two did midweek in Bari. Took a lot of labouring. Many who'll say that Leonardo was never really given a chance in his first managerial role at Milan, but such is the way that the longest-serving manager in Serie A has only been there about 18 months. Crossed by Marco Cassetti. Schneider with the layoff, and it's a good idea. Pizzini judged the pace well. Couldn't get the cross. Simplicio away, but not well. And from Roma's point of view, the wrong man has it, and in the wrong place. Zanetti. Cambiasso in support. Tried to go all the way, did the Inter skipper. Vucinic is having a grumpy old night at the San Siro. Maicon for Eto'o. Lovely turn and trickery, but the balance just let him down and the splits almost came. Jeremy Menez has threaded it through. Borriello might be in, surrounded by blue. Menez and Vucinic tempted. Zanetti blocked. Vucinic with a lovely through ball. Keeper rounded. Simplicio. And still, Cesar got enough of a touch. Seems to be chicanery in the centre of the area, but it's play on. And Schneider coming away. It's end-to-end stuff. They've got a bit of the weekend Premier League spirit here. Non-stop action. Been a good weighing through of goals in Serie A this weekend. Vucinic. And still Vucinic from Menez. Menez may have a go. Vucinic in support. Drew the goalkeeper well. Menez was back in the middle, but in the wrong place. Risa. Real thunderbolt. Borriello was in an offside position. Probably would have been adjudged to have been interfering with play had it managed to penetrate. Zanetti for Inter. Tremendous fluidity to the game. Out wide for Etu. Maicon in support. Etu may go on his own! It was the right decision! Pure genius as usual from Samuel Etu. The star of the show. Pure artistry from Leonardo's main man. Took on Risa, only needed a little cut inside of 6 inches. Drew Julio Sergio. And what a finish. th league goal of the season. How he saw the gap, I do not know. But he's been in focus all night. His moment. Third goal he's scored against Roma this season. The other 2 coming in the Supercoppa back in August. All his own work. And maybe Maicon can set things rolling again. Etu once more. Wonderful 1-2. Still Maicon. Etu again! He's up for it. And he's got Inter well in the groove. Good combination again. Maicon setting it up, slight deflection denying it. May well have been top left-hand corner as Julio Sergio would have seen it, but the deflection was enough to take it away. Headed away by Daniele De Rossi. Maicon's been a big contributor to the Inter assault on the Roma goal this evening. Super challenge by Hussein Kaja. Or so I thought. Paolo Tagliavento doesn't agree. Kaja in the book. Got the ball. And to be honest, I don't think he got the man. Ball-winning challenge, clean, end of story. No attempt, in my opinion anyway, to play the man. But it's given Roma a free kick in a really good spot. White handkerchiefs for the referee. Displeasure has been extended, and worth remembering that there are an awful lot of TV sets in public places at the San Siro, so they'd have seen that. It'll be a thunderbolt from Risa. Wall did its job, which has just lost a few bricks. Not the sort of thing you'd want to get in the way of. That brought Thiago Motta down a notch or 12. He's up, but does he know what day it is? It's base entertainment. Seams in one piece. That was hit at the pace of a Novak Djokovic serve, make no mistake. Really fair knows how to hit them, John Allen Risa. No goals yet this season in the league for Roma. Fractiousness coming in because of the boot into touch over the injury. Schneider got in the way. Goal number 23 of the season for Samuel Eto'o, that was 14 in the league. Third against this opposition. Zanetti. Schneider has Eto'o as an option, but out wide instead for Kasha. Michael has wreaked havoc on Risa in the game. Eto'o. Schneider! Very good save, Julio Sergio, but they're trying it from all angles. Solid try, and again a good curl on it. Just a bead, creeping inside the near post. Make that 10 good chances in the game so far for Inter. And Zanetti to try and start things all over again. Inter looking to be the side third tonight, and they don't want to do it via a draw. Up to 41 goals now in this Serie A season. Free kicker will be just as danger was lurking. Yellow brandished against Borriello. And if you can spot contact, you're a better man than I. Inter now 1 goal behind Palermo in the scoring stakes this season, surpassing fellow tenants Milan and Juve, who are both on 40, and they might even go level with Palermo before half-time. Same did well towards Pazzini again. And Etu's given away the free kick to some home ire. It's Daniele De Rossi on the ball. And it was Kaja's challenge, and he's already on a yellow. Little nick of the ball there. Claim was good. Vucinic, and it was in towards Cassetti, scrambled away. However unjustified the earlier yellow may have been against Kaja, he's still on a yellow. Simone Perotta. And his 500th club game in September, the World Cup winner. Wonderful loyalty, around 80 appearances behind Francesco Totti. Celebrated his 250th goal for Roma with the penalty against Cagliari a few weeks ago. Menez has had an in-and-out sort of game, which has flowed. About to enter stoppage time. Two out of minutes. Back up by Cassetti, and Menez is on the charge. Cordova to mop up. Hansonetti in support, but won't find. Roma still very much up for the hunt. Perotta. A little slice across by Nicolas Brediso, but it's fine for Risa, who has options open. Skipped past Kaja very well, but couldn't get the final ball through. Chasing down everything up front, Inter. Just had a real injection of many things, but perhaps more than anything else, belief by Leonardo these past few weeks. 6 wins, 1 defeat in the league since taking over. That's after Rafael Benitez had claimed them their 3rd world title, their first under the FIFA umbrella. Every year they've won the Champions League, they've gone on to win the next available prize, be it the Intercontinental Cup, as they did twice in the 60s, on this occasion by beating African opposition to win the FIFA designated event. Massively tested and put under huge duress during the opening 45, Julio Sergio. Beaten twice. It's not Schneider's, but it's just arguing the toss and immaterial. What a first half that was. Wesley Schneider and Samuel Eto'o with super goals for Inter. Fabio Simplicio netting in between for Roma. And at the break of the San Siro, it's Inter 2, Roma 1.
Live Serie A continues on Setanta Sports with the Derby d'Italia, featuring Juventus versus Inter. 2 of Italy's greatest clubs compete for honor, pride, tradition, and 3 vital points in the race for the Scudetto. Juventus versus Inter, next Monday morning, live on Setanta Sports.
Subscribe to Ovation, Australia's arts and entertainment channel, for an amazing insight into the world of arts, music and culture. Call 1300 682 846 or visit ovationchannel.com.
Live SPL continues this weekend on Setanta Sports. Rangers look to close the gap at the top as they welcome Motherwell to Ibrox. And league leader Celtic travel to Tannadice to take on Dundee. Live SPL this weekend on Setanta Sports.
Next weekend, Juve Inter live on Sunday night. Roma Napoli will be on a delay on Setanta 1 because there's lots of live action. Tipperary, Kilkenny and the Hurling on Setanta Ireland. There's a top 14 rugby double bill from France. Toulon-Brive, Stade Biarritz on Setanta 1. And Premier League Live will be Liverpool-Wigan. Wednesday night, international football is Denmark-England. Friday night boxing from the World Series. Miami, including Kenny Egan, taking on Memphis, and may also point you in the direction Saturday night into Sunday morning of the Bud Shootout live NASCAR from Daytona. No Totti tonight, no Francesco Totti for Roma. Inter have been certainly manning the wagons this evening in tremendously frenetic style. 11 attempts on goal in the opening 45. Roma had 8, including that blaster from Risa, which didn't find the target, but did find Thiago Motta, and just about knocked him into next week. Among the top clubs over the weekend, you might have just caught Milan's draw earlier today away at Genoa. Alex Pato putting them in front, Flora Flores tying it up. Napoli securing second place for now, 2-0 winners over Cesena, Cavani and Sousa netting. Lazio, though, drawing 1-1 with Chievo, meaning that mathematically they have to be overtaken tonight. Palermo slipped into 5th, overtaking Roma and Udinese. And for that matter, Juve, with a tremendous 4-2 win at Lecce. Juve winning last night at Cagliari 3-1, Udinese defeating Sampdoria 2-0. Bari still rock bottom and going down, really. Lost to Inter on Thursday 3-0, lost today 2-0 at Brescia. 7 points away from Cesena, 9 points away from safety. Diego Milito, an interested spectator, and how Inter could do with him in the second half to further their case. 2-1 up, looking good. Would be some man to bring off the bench. Roma resume 2-1 down in their joint bid to enter the top 3 of Serie A. Solid record of 5 unbeaten, and but for their draw at home against Brescia last week, would be going into this contest in 5th place. Instead, it's 7th, and the words of Ranieri at half-time must have been rocking around the heads, because it was a good early surge at the start of the second half from Mirko Vucinic. Really thrown himself around in this game. Risa! The usual bulleted strike from the Norwegian. Let fly, but never really on target. Back doing the day job. Joie. A remarkable record of being runners-up 4 times in the last 5 seasons. Always behind Inter. Their attempts to make it 6 in a row going awry in the first half of the season, causing the departure of previous manager Rafa Benitez. A win tonight, and Inter are 5 behind Milan. It's possible again. Maicon. Couldn't get the return back from the new boy Pizzini. 2 generally happy seasons at Samp. But Inter have come calling. Clovis Zapata in 14th place. It was in many ways a no-brainer for him. Here's Eto'o, and it's instant danger again. Thought about the shot. Needed a very good, well-timed challenge by Nicolas Berdisso to deny him. Break is on, Borriello on by Jeremy Menez. Bright start to the second half. Roma trying to give as good as they're getting. Sneijder with the chance to bring it away. Looked to be just about kept in. Eto'o had failed, according to Paolo Tagliaventa. Just about was. Impressive goal-scoring tally this season now. He's on 14. He's 3 behind Cavani, who scored again this weekend. Vucinic. Good ball for Menez in a bit of space. Only Zanetti and Cambiasso closing in. Menez found them no difficulty. Menez couldn't get that cross in. Easily away by the 12 million euro signing from Genoa, Andrea Ranocchia. One Italian cap, debut against Romania in November. Italian national team off to Dortmund on Wednesday, face Germany. Rematch in the same venue of the 2006 World Cup semi-final. Free kick for the foul on Jeremy Menez. France have a tasty game themselves, the fellow countrymen of the number 94. They're up against Brazil. That was a real French-Brazilian clash there. Not surely as much contact as was being let on. Countless options. De Rossi, Vucinic and Risa all there, and it was Vucinic, and it was absolutely skied. Only his 15th league game of the season, having missed 9. Field goal. Yet again an ippy all night in the city of Milan. Carotta lost out. A free kick anyway. Schneider just dived in. It was a little bit of a hop after the challenge on him. Won by Cambiasso and too far. Risa, touched on by Fabio Simplicio. There was a real curl on that one. Eto'o. Eto'o again. Schneider. Good ball back by Pazzini. Very good cohesive move, which will end in a free kick opportunity in a prime spot. Eto'o, the man in apparent agony. Looked to be Juan's offence. Just came right through in the side. Nothing more cynical than that. Great spot for a free kick. With so many decent candidates, ready, willing and able. And the two main ones are right there. Eto'o over it, Schneider behind it. Both with the ability to strike from long range with full power and full throttle. Schneider, wall did its job. Huge wall did its job. At least 7 in it. Schneider will have a go again and almost roll through towards Cambiasso. But Juan was the only man in the Roma back four with the ability just to put his legs towards the thing. Nobody else was willing. Musa for Julio Sergio. Ball was floating around for a long time. It's curious. Nobody really went for it after you, Claude. One eventually said, "I'll take it, thank you." After Simone Perrotta decided to let it run, and it could have been fatal. Leonardo couldn't quite survive the politics of the other half of the San Siro. Awful lot of politics in Italian football. Spills over so much so that even my occasional co-commentator I see is running for political office. Other candidates are available. Kasha. Motta. Maicon. Happy to pass and go, but to drive the momentum on when necessary. Pazzini scores, but is offside. Looked to have done everything right. Took off marginally too far and just about the right call. Still the goals from Schneider and Eto'o, the old reliables to fall back on. But Fabio Simplicio's goal has given the game a less than simplistic tint. Vucinic. Good ship up. Borriello tried to keep things rolling, but was very much on his own. Menace. And Borriello has kept things moving. Vucinic in position. Stopped by the broad Moroccan chest of Kasha. And De Rossi will have a go, and it's not a bad one either. Julio Cesar was comfortable enough that it was flying across goal. Moved, but only partly. Solid goal-scoring record for Ranieri's men, 33 this campaign. Only one club below them has managed to achieve that, and that is Juve. Mind you, only one club above them's only scored less, and that's their fellow Romans in the sky blue of Lazio. Zanetti trying to squeeze past Cassetti, but not enough room left in the pitch for it. As wide as the San Siro is. Cup win on penalties over Napoli, the only official draw that Leonardo's had so far in charge. Apart from that, 6 wins and that defeat at Udinese when he was still trying to find his way. Roma's last defeat, away to Sampdoria in Genoa before Christmas, when Julio Sergio was sent off. Much ado about nothing. Maicon just out of position, but having a good game at the moment. Simplicio almost slipped in, but beautiful finesse from Maicon to slip away. Etu. Maicon has continued on his run down the right. If Schneider can see him and wants to use him. It's the usual faces making Inter tick, but what talent they have on the bench as well. Milito, Pandev, Materazzi, and the really young, sharp and talented Brazilian Coutinho, a man who an awful lot of Japanese people have come to see as well. Nagatomo might get his entry into the fray and make his debut for Inter tonight. Schneider. Good ball aimed towards Pizzini. Made his break but misjudged the flight of the ball. Jeremy Menez, Borriello and Vucinic in support yet again, but just look at how many blue shirts were back. 6, 7 surrounding him. Only really Etu and Schneider to direct things up front, but what men to direct things. Menez went down and stayed down, and just out of sympathy the ball was rolled out by Etu. Little clip went down, but I just wonder how many times that's seen the player go down, stay down, just to take advantage and to deny the opposition an attack. Jimmy Armfield will often say in the radio, you're better off playing on. We're playing on here. Has to be a penalty, and thus a red card. And Berdiso came round the side, stuck out an arm, and that was enough. Nicolas Berdiso sent off. And Inter can now kill the game off. Great ball by Schneider to find Pizzini. Berdiso, none too subtle. Came round the side, there was an arm, there was a leg as well. Just did enough to balk the new arrival from Sampdoria. And it's Samuel Eto'o. 14 goals in the league this season, 23 overall. Inter surely go third now. And maybe the old faces of Eto'o and Schneider scoring the goals, but Pizzini's had a major hand in it. Fourth goal he scored against Roma this season. They've seen enough of him now. Clinically finished penalty. Eto'o did enough, more than enough. So changes necessary. It is a key member of the back four who's gone, in the central defender, Nicolas Paradiso. Means they're going to have to bring on Loria here. And withdrawn attacker in Jeremy Menez. Not the Frenchman's fault. Hard lines on him. Simone Loria needing to shore up the back four. There are scenarios in which things can go badly wrong in terms of substitutions and players being sent off. Earlier today in Belgium, Bruges had 3 players go off injured, had 2 sent off. Already made their 3 changes and finished the game with 8 men. Needless to say, they lost. Cassetti. And through Vucinic. Man down, 2 goals down. Hope ebbing away for Roma now. Borriello surrounded. Super ball, he was onside as well. Pizzini, level at least. But Nicolas Paradiso came round him and dragged him down. And that was that. Confidently slotted away. If you're Samuel Eto'o, you're never anything but. (15) now in the league this season, 24 in all competitions, and 3rd outright in the Serie A scoring charts, behind Cavani and Di Natale. And they've put an awful lot into their display tonight. 9 goals in total in the last 3 games. 13 in 5. Different manager, different era. Not getting what they desire of Leonardo. Just beyond Cassetti. Another change being forced onto Roma here. And it's Simone Perotta who's being withdrawn, and the Brazilian Rodrigo Tadai arriving on. Just signed a new 4-year deal which will keep him until 2014. Two changes for Roma, none for Inter. Cambiasso to get things rolling. Seventh red card of the season in the league for Roma. Maicon. undulating strike of some damage. That, by the way, Berdiso's third red card of the season, sent off against Cagliari in September and again against Udinese in November. Average of every 2-3 months or so. Wasn't sent off at all last season. In fact, you have to go back to September 2008 before his prior dismissal start to this campaign. 1-0 loss in the Milan derby. Went into the away side nominally at the San Siro. 2 yellow cards. Up by De Rossi. Maicon with the nod in the control, and Kaja will help it away. Brazilian played his part too. Inter coasting here. Etu, lovely ball, and Pazzini! How did he not score? Julio Sergio is having a tremendous game. Otherwise, Roma would be at least 12 feet under. He's pulled off half a dozen excellent saves in the game, and he's had to. Wonderful first-time strike by Gianpaolo Pizzini. And Julio Sergio, in many ways, is having the game of his life. It's his time to go. What a man to bring on. 22 league goals last season, 5 this for Diego Milito. Pizzini has impressed. He scored twice in his home debut against Palermo 2 weeks ago. And he's been impressive in this. He's found a new home. Mutually beneficial. Leandro Greco is also on. Fabio Simplicio off. Third and final change. Etu with the nod down. Shooting fish in a barrel. Thiago Motta makes it 4. His 4th goal in 10 games this season. Inter coasting into the top 3. It's getting so easy now. Holes all over the Roma defence. Schneider started it off. Etu with the nod down. And Thiago Motta benefiting. Nice little nod down. And Motta couldn't have been better placed. And another Brazilian. Very pleased. Good scoring record for Motta this season. Not been in the team a lot, but when he has, he's been effective. Into 4-1 up and coasting, and maybe more to come. Well, to point out that before this season, Nicolas Berdiso's last red card was actually in Inter colours against Milan. It's 2.5 years ago. 3 now this campaign. Vucinic, stopped by the latest goal scorer. Really are turning on the style now. Schneider. And it may be 5. Milito in there. And Julio Sergio has had to save a bucketful. Fifth time this season Inter have scored at least 4 goals. Somehow it doesn't look as if it's going to end there either. Uniting of a game, cohesive, attack-minded team, similar like-minded manager with a big point to prove after his Italian club appointed him and then dismissed him last season. Milito's first touch of the game, almost yielding goal number 5. Julio Sergio must be wondering what he's done to deserve such a shellacking, but he's held his end up. The rest of the team largely haven't. It's just been a case that Inter have been too good, way too good. It's Risa and De Rossi over this Roma free kick. Another change is on the way, and an awful lot of Japanese in the stadium are going to be very pleased to see an Inter debut. Wesley Sneijder going off, and on comes the Asian Cup winner, Yuto Nagatomo, just signed on loan from Cesena. And really, there's so many Japanese here, they had to bring them on. On for his Inter debut. Goal back for Roma, not over yet. Very good finish by Mirko Vucinic, his 7th of the campaign. Still a bit of life in the Romans. Vucinic on the edge of the area, the strike coming in from De Rossi, and enough of a deflection in. Might not have known a huge amount about it, but he'll claim it. So will Roma. Cesar going one way, couldn't recover. Roma might just be back in it. Milito. Crazy game, more goals to come surely. Eto'o set up by Cambiasso. Zanetti. Wide for Maicon. Taking on Risa. He's had a superb game. Wide for Cambiasso. Super not down. Milito! Flag up for offside. Inter not holding back tonight. Very good first-time strike, and surely it's only a matter of time before the Argentine adds his name to the score sheet. We're not looking at another 4-4 this weekend, are we? Free kick, foul on Zanetti. The treble-winning captain under Jose Mourinho last season. And he still expresses publicly his empathy towards his former club. Very late flag. Nagatomo appreciated it. A lot of people have come here especially for him. There was maybe about 20 minutes before the game, we were seeing a wide range of shots of Japanese fans who had come here just to especially see their man. And Leonardo, thankfully, has given them something to cheer. He'll want to prove himself too. Risa appreciated the ball, but wasn't 12 foot high. Inter well on form, which means their visit to Turin next Sunday night is going to be even more key. They face Juventus, who've found themselves sliding down game by game, week by week. They lost their last 2 matches to the side immediately below them. Hence had to beat Cagliari today to avoid slipping down into 9th place. 8th is bad enough for them. Inter, though, have thoughts of flying high. Nagatomo has support from Eto'o. Wide open. But Julio Sergio has performed another red-it-there moment to stop Roma from falling further down in flames. Vucinic for Leandro Greco, and Greco trying to carve an opening. Borriello wide. Corner. Borriello found out wide. It was a nice layoff. Sergio managed to get there at the second attempt this time. Nagatomo, bright debut, having signed on loan from Cesena. Always good to have something in reserve. Risa with it. Outswinger was good. Off the post, wide open, 4-3. Loria. Game on. First game of the season, first goal of the season. It's the weekend, football went mad. Good crushing header off the post. Julio Cesar flopping and buried by Simone Loria. He followed it all the way. Right in front of goal, Cambiasso reacted too late. Really good downward header. And all of a sudden, 2 goals back. Is it St. James's Park all over again? Long by Maicon. Sin to try and make sure of victory here. Nagatomo, creative. Cambiasso's dummy. Thumping strike by Maicon. Straight at Julio Sergio. But it's been the sort of game where, on occasion on these Sunday nights, you find that there's a notepad with very little written on it because there have been very few chances. Page is full on this already. What a game. Still about 10 minutes to go, including stoppages. Final score could be anything. More than likely, it won't be 4-3. Scoreline by which Inter beat Chievo at the end of last season. Towards the end of the Mourinhoing. Good effort that by Maicon. Again set up by Yuto Nagatomo. A 5-2 win over Parma back in November. 4-3 win famously over Spurs in the Champions League. And tonight, highest aggregate scores in games involving Internazionale this season. Chipped up for Borriello, but avoided. Reminder, next weekend, Roma, Napoli. It's at 9:30 Saturday night. Setanta 1 is live in Australia. And then Juve Inter live Sunday night. If it's a quarter as good as this, it will be some game. Nagatomo's continuing the run, but he just lost his footing. Almost got there still. He's a game lad. Wanting to impress on his Inter debut, and he certainly is doing that. Zanetti's foul. Highest scoring aggregate game this weekend by far, beating what happened at Lecce. Whereas a 4-2 win on the road for Palermo. They're now up to 5th and impressing. Inter were going to be going up to 44 points with a game in hand. Even that's not assured now. Borriello almost had it in his grasp. Milan top on 49, Napoli on 46. If it somehow stays like this, Inter 44, game in hand. Lazio in 4th on 42. Palermo 5th on 40. Udinese 6th on 40. Roma haven't given up the ghost just yet. A more purposeful stride when the cross had arrived from Marco Borriello. And we're looking at a different story possibly. But they've responded well to going 4-1 down of Roma. Inter still have one change to make. Vucinic. In the centre, Borriello missed it. Risa to try and keep it alive. Roma brought on 3 subs, but the change they want to make is to the scoreboard. They've conceded the free kick here. And the arguments of Borriello continue. Looks like a child who's gone to the pantry and found it empty. Up with the elbow. Generally, Tagliavento's refereed this quite well. Only 3 cards in the game. But loads of goals. Julio Sergio making sure there won't be another for now. Denied Eto. Roma will try and throw everything forward. Pure entertainment all the way. Greco. Cross was aimed yet again towards Borriello. Look at all the space emerging here. Daniele De Rossi and Borriello. Risa on the overlap. Borriello will have to go on his own. Brilliant turn by Borriello, but he couldn't do it twice. Zanetti saw him coming. Roma throw. Eto with a chance to come away. Exciting clash next week. Interface Juve. Roma are at home to Napoli. Controlled by Borriello, but not for long. Taken away impressively by Andrea. Ranocchia, after the Napoli game at Shakhtar away for Roma in the last 16 of the Champions League. It'll be a card against Daniele De Rossi. Shakhtar limbering up by playing in a pre-season tournament in south of Spain at La Manga. They're in the final of it tomorrow against fellow Ukrainian side Karpaty Lvov. Spartak Moscow and Nathan McGeady were there as well, but didn't reach the decider. Roma trying to throw everything possible into denying the inevitable. It's Cambiasso, chance to cross, touch back, Kaja, good save, Melito missed the sitter. Scoreline could be going on to infinity at this stage. It's incredible stuff. Inter of a big Champions League game against Bayern Munich to look forward to on Wednesday week at home here. Some great matchups in the last 16 of the Champions League. Zanetti with the layoff to Samuel Eto'o, managed to turn Tadai, and still Eto'o. Cambiasso, it's all over now. It's 5 for Inter Milan. Maybe not a 5-star performance, but definitely a 5-goal one. Does well in rounding off good team moves. His 5th goal of the season. 3rd time this season, Inter have got 5. Eto'o with all the work. Julio Sergio, you have to feel so sorry for. But Cambiasso's got the goal that his hard work and ingenuity more or less deserved. Eto'o's been magnificent in the game. He's been the man of this match. Simple finish, and Cambiasso has finished it for sure. 3 added minutes, has he though? You remember the Liverpool team of '88, such a complete performance, stuck 5 past Nottingham Forest, and the Forest keeper Steve Sutton got man of the match. Could have been 15. Feel like that about Julio Sergio's performance today. He's blocked just about everything that's come at him. "15 goals in the last 5 league games. They're now the highest scorers in Serie A. Says a lot. Inter, a club seemingly this season in decline, have done an about turn, are rocketing back up the table, and are going 3rd tonight, with only Milan and Napoli above them, and Inter will have played a game less. Title race firmly on. It's just been generally one of those unforgettable weekends of football, no matter what the league, no matter what the division. It's offside against Mirko Vucinic. Roma held their own, end up by scoring 3. They'll be concerned about conceding 5. Time for applause. Time for the standing ovation. The Nerazzurri fans have been entertained tonight. 8 goals, and their side scoring 5 of them. It's been a wonderful display. The football's been tremendous. Bayern Munich, watch out. Inter Milan are on the warpath. Milan and Napoli likewise. Artistry from Leonardo's men of the highest degree as they go now impressively. Wesley Sneijder with a superb strike. Fine finish to set things rolling on 2 minutes. Set things up for how the game would go. Samuel Eto'o netting 2. Fabio Simplicio had got one back to tie it up at 1-1. Roma looked good at that point, but Thiago Matto made it 4-1 with 20 minutes to go. Roma dead and buried, but responded well with 2 goals in 6 minutes from Mirko Vucinic and Simone Loria, his first of the season. But Esteban Cambiaso wrapped up the scoring in the 90th minute. Poor old Julio Sergio in the Roma goal. Conceded 5, but was generally brilliant. Must join us next week in Setanta HD on Sunday night. It is Juve Inter. It is unmissable. Tonight certainly was so. It has finished. Inter Milan 5, Roma 3. From Will Downing. Ciao for now.